Picture this. June 14th, 1775, the birth of American military might. The Continental Army springs to life, ready to challenge the British Empire itself. Fast forward through Revolution and Rebirth, and on June 3rd, 1784, the United States Army officially takes its place in history. Today, this land warfare giant commands respect as the oldest branch of the U.S. military, fielding nearly 1 million soldiers across three distinct components. The regular army stands ready 24/7, full-time warriors prepared to respond instantly to any global crisis. Meanwhile, the Army Reserve and National Guard offer a different path, letting soldiers serve part-time while building civilian careers, specializing in crucial roles like medical support, legal services, engineering, and logistics. But here's the catch. Joining this prestigious force demands commitment. 10 grueling weeks of basic training separate civilians from soldiers, testing every recruit who dares to wear the uniform. Now let's talk about raw power on the seas. The U.S. Navy doesn't just dominate the world's oceans, it absolutely owns them. With a staggering 4.5 million tons of displacement as of 2021, this maritime behemoth is the largest navy by tonnage anywhere on Earth. Born just 4 months after the Continental Army in 1775, the Continental Navy proved its worth early, and its successor continues that legacy with around 350,000 personnel today. From strangling the Confederacy with blockades during the Civil War to crushing Imperial Japan in World War II, the Navy has shaped history itself. Their mission sounds straightforward: recruit, train, equip, and deploy combat-ready forces to win wars. But there's a darker, more psychological element at play. The Navy excels at something called sustained forward presence, essentially parking massive aircraft carriers near potential adversaries' shores, a silent but deafening message that screams, "Don't even think about it." Like the Army, Navy recruits face 10 weeks of basic training before earning their place among the waves. What started as a small aviation section of the Army in 1907 exploded into its own powerhouse branch in 1947. The Air Force dominates from above, controlling the skies and gathering intelligence that can make or break entire campaigns. Think reconnaissance, target acquisition, and air superiority that protects ground troops from enemy aircraft while raining destruction on enemy positions below. With a mind-blowing budget of $216 billion, the Air Force enjoys reputation for having the cushiest assignments, earning it the cheeky nickname, the Chair Force, among other branches. But don't let the jokes fool you. This branch also wages war in cyberspace, defending American networks while potentially infiltrating enemy systems. Their 8.5-week basic training is slightly shorter than others, and the culture here revolves entirely around pilots, who are treated as the main event while everyone else plays support. Strategic facilities, prime locations, and superior quality of life make the Air Force an attractive option for those who want to serve with a bit more comfort. Semper Fidelis, always faithful. These two words define the Marine Corps like nothing else. Operating under the Department of the Navy, the Marines have built a reputation as perhaps the most respected and unified fighting force in American military history. Every November 10th, Marines worldwide celebrate their birthday with a tradition that perfectly captures their spirit. The oldest Marine present receives the first slice of cake, then immediately hands it to the youngest, symbolizing the unbroken chain connecting generations of warriors. These are the tip-of-the-spear specialists, the amphibious assault experts, the rapid reaction force that guards U.S. embassies across the globe. Want in? Prepare yourself for 13 weeks of absolutely brutal basic training, the longest and hardest among all branches. The Marine Corps culture breeds obedience, discipline, and an elite mentality. Some observers note an ongoing competitive tension with the Army over funding and missions, since both branches occasionally operate in overlapping territory, creating a historical rivalry that pushes both to excel. While others wage war on land, sea, and air, The Coast Guard patrols the waters with a different mission entirely. These maritime law enforcers operate with jurisdiction spanning both domestic and international waters, their personnel scattered across the globe in both coastal and deep-sea regions. They're the heroes who pull drowning victims from angry seas, who respond when tsunamis devastate coastlines, who intercept drug smugglers and human traffickers trying to breach American borders. During peacetime, they answer to the Department of Homeland Security, but when war drums beat, the President or Congress can transfer them to the Department of the Navy. Their basic training clocks in at just 8 weeks, one of the shortest among all branches, but don't mistake brevity for ease. The Coast Guard demands excellence from every recruit who joins their ranks. And finally, the new kid on the block. December 2019, President Trump signs legislation creating the Space Force, the first entirely new military branch since the Air Force broke away from the Army in 1947. Organized under the Air Force Department, this is the military's smallest component with roughly 8,600 personnel and 77 spacecraft. But small doesn't mean insignificant. The Space Force's roots reach back to 1945, when the Cold War sparked America's first military space programs. Since then, space-based assets have participated in every major conflict, with the Persian Gulf War earning the title of the first space war from many analysts. Their official mission: ensuring American freedom of operation in space, from space, and to space. The newest branch also boasts the shortest basic training period at just 7.5 weeks, preparing Guardians to protect American interests in the final frontier.